I, I want to burn. I want to be burned to such a degree that my body rots as I scream in pain. I want my entire body to be set on fire for so long. I want myself to burn so deep. I want myself to hurt so bad that no matter how much you hate me, you will still pity me. And I want my hatred for you to be so deep that no matter how deep and painful those burns are, I still won't feel them, even in the slightest, if you are in front of me, because all I will feel is an undying sense of gut wrenching hatred towards you. That's the feeling I want to feel. That's the feeling I want to experience because that fire that keeps me up at night, the fire that extinguishes my tears as they start to form, the fire that has been burning me for so long. I want that fire to be set upon you. I want that fire to consume you, make you feel just the slightest of fraction of my pain because that fire that burns me to my core, that fire itself is you. Hatred, the death of many and the friend of none, is a driving force that drives a man insane. Hatred can cloud your judgment, make you feel and forget all logic and reason. Hatred can drive you to take actions that can haunt you for the rest of your life. You might not realize the impact your impulsive decisions can have, but some do. And even if they do, they don't care. Because hatred derives not just from a sudden fit of rage, nor does it derive from anger you might hold over somebody's actions. It derives from a long sense of pain and joy, from emotions of love and anger. But how could you live and have no story to tell? Love and its essence is a spiritual fire. These are the words of Dostoevsky, suggesting how love, even when twisted into hatred, is still a consuming force. To truly hate somebody, you must have held at least some attachment to them in the past. You might think, no, this hate was building up inside me for a long time, but you're wrong. The closer somebody gets to you, the more you act as yourself in front of them. The more you be yourself, the more you become bitter. That is just how the human mind works. Hatred isn't just the anger you might get in a case of road rage, nor is it what you feel when you feel like someone's actions led to your suffering. Hatred is when you were willing to live through that suffering at the cost of knowing you weren't betrayed, that everything you stood for, everything you believed in, remained unchanged. Hatred only showed up in the picture once you realized that you had made a fatal mistake, a grave mistake. In the words of Dostoevsky, the greatest sin is to abandon yourself for nothing. So, how can you overcome this sense of hatred you hold? I mean, is there really a way to do so? I like to think that the smartest man is the one smart enough to realize his own mistakes. The most mature is mature enough to forgive others for theirs. But even though that sounds good to hear, I do find myself being consumed by hatred. But that doesn't mean I can allow it to lead my life. Our greatest power is the one of our mind, one that allows us to forsake emotions and take the most logical step. But this hatred blinds logic, and it is, in fact, too strong to overcome. So, the best course of action is to learn to live alongside it. Slowly, you will start to heal. Slowly, you will start to forget about it, just like a little paper cut. But just like a paper cut, a small grain of salt can reopen it, causing minute pain that, although tolerable, can still be annoying to live with. But just like with a paper cut, you still need to wash your hands, apply some soap. Sure, it will hurt, but you're too strong to show pain because of a paper cut. Even with that cut, you still need to go about your life, cook some food, shake hands with your friends. That's something you have to do even if it hurts. But eventually, the cut will heal. It will take time too, but it will, I promise. Just try to avoid getting it open again. The cut might reopen, but once that paper cut opens up again and you find yourself lost, this video will find you, or maybe you will keep coming back. And so, and so will I, to the same video, to the same thoughts as I, just like you, am consumed by our greatest sin, hatred. You may never erase it, but you don't need to. You don't need to let it consume you. Don't let it define you. Don't let it define who you are or what you do, because you are you, not hatred.